Oh, good. It looks good on this, too.
Is that when you lay on your board?
That's luge, like where you lay on your board, like with your feet first.
Okay.
Skeleton is when you go head first.
Because you're more likely to die.
Yeah.
I hardly trust myself on my feet going down a hill like this.
Fair.
It's been, it's how I learned to ride a longboard, but it's been a very long time since I've been bombing hills. I got a really bad concussion right before I turned 18, and that was kind of like, I still like the longboard as a way to get around, but
I'm not here to...
I don't know that the adrenaline is worth the hospital stay.
Yeah, if it's worth the early onset Alzheimer's.
What?
If it's worth the early onset Alzheimer's.
The what?
I got that. It was a joke. 2020, rather. When the West Coast was burning down. And she was like fleeing Oregon. The house she had lived in with her husband for like previous 20 years had burned down. Burning flowers. And her husband himself had died 6 weeks prior.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Anyway, Mark was telling me that like he made it all the way down to Panama and back without any, no sort of ID, no passport, no state, nothing.
Damn.
And he said coming back up through Nicaragua, he got caught at the southern border, and they just threw him in jail overnight and like released him the next day. Told him to get fucked. And he was like, oh, so like they're just not gonna do anything to me? And he did this like 2 or 3 more times. He's like, sweet, like I get, dinner, breakfast, a place to sleep, and then this is it. Finally, they got like some farmer to like take him on like a horse-drawn carriage across the country.
Wow.
And they're like, he's gonna be checking in at like with the police every step of the way, at like every village, blah blah blah. And then like once you're on the other side, don't fucking come back.
Yeah.
Damn.
But it's still like, what a crazy ass life. He's the one who gave me my hobo name, Shit Beetle.
You want to do this over there by that dumpster?
Fuck yeah.
There's like a whole, well, it looks like an apartment complex over here, but I don't know if anyone lives in it. There's no cars. I think this is like just an abandoned apartment complex or something.
It does kind of look like it.
There's an abandoned hotel up here by the Waffle House on the other side of the building. Huh. Really fucking creepy. Drive.
Oh no, this is a this is a thing. It's still closed down, but it was a counseling center. I think it's closed down, right?
I don't know.
Well, we got some benches and stuff. Let's get closer to the light, though.
Is it closed? This place. It's close to the of course.
I don't know.
Oh, sick.
This place does jujitsu. They got like statues and stuff in there.
Kung Fu's week. Show. Yes, for kids. Powder Sensei.
Powder Sensei.
Door. How is the front door? It's not even painted.
Sounds like a half-ending massage parlor.
I was gonna say, it sounds like a place you go to get your fucking cunt shaved. Like. All right, this is perfect. You guys can sit on this bench and review some beers.
Is that road going anywhere? I don't know. Yeah, whatever.
There's one car here. Nobody's gonna care. This is as empty a lot as we're gonna find. And I got a wall I can stand against. Perfect.
Oh, getting old. Alright, so the best piece of advice I ever received was from my friend Jessica up in Alaska. She said, stay weird. It's endearing.
Yeah?
And it's like, you know what? It's gonna warm my heart. Remembered.
Most things that people think are weird is just like, uniquity. Being a unique person, having your own weird personality traits. I don't, like, the first thing that came to my head is like, what are my weird traits? And it's like, well, I grab things on a grill that is burning my hands off. And no, I'm sure plenty of other people do that.
No, I think that's a weird trait. You have to understand, most people are not willing to grill because they're afraid they will hurt themselves. That's why more people don't grill.
I'm worried I'd fuck up food.
Grilling like with charcoal.
That too.
I'm almost never worried about that. Not because I've not fucked up food before, but just like, if you start from that, if you're worrying the whole time, oh man, I'm gonna fuck up this food. Oh, I hope I don't fuck up this food. You're probably gonna fuck up the food. And so I try.
Like, I've only ever actually grilled like 2 or 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
It's turned out pretty well.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna be looking at like, oh, fucking grill master. But I was like, oh, this isn't nearly as intimidating as I built it up to be in my head.
No, it's very nice. I'm not a grill master either, but I have gotten to the point where I've grilled enough meat that it's like, okay, how do I smoke things? And the smoking is by far the most fun, most rewarding.
You like, it's reminding me, I'm getting like almost nostalgic because like we've been together for 2 years. I've watched you grill at least
100 times.
More than 100. I'm thinking close to 200 times in 2 years. And like I've never known anybody else who grilled more than like once a month for
Even
3
Al
months
Bundy
out of
only
the summer.
grills once a year.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, it's just it just adds flavor that you wouldn't get cooking in a pan. Because my favorite thing to eat is meat, so steak usually. And you could sear it in a pan. You could dry brine it. Dry brining is great. Dry brining is when you take your meat, salt it, put it on a rack, put a baking sheet under the rack, and leave it in the fridge for up to 3 days. I learned that from Guga Foods. Amazing. Any piece of meat, I'm pretty sure any piece of meat I've done it with pork, chicken, and
if you're a
steak.
person with the foresight to know what you're going to be eating at all, do it. Like, if you know you're going to have steak tomorrow, cover it in salt and put it in the fridge. It's just linearly better. It's always an improvement.
That's how it gets like marinate, absorb the flavor.
It's like marinating, but with no liquid.
Well, it just makes it taste more like a jerky. Like, it makes everything more tender. The meat, like, has way more flavor in it. It just, like, is way better.
Beer tastes like flowers.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Every single time I have gotten a job, I am certain I got the job because I walked in with a printed resume and said, I really want to work here. And then they go, do you really want to work here? And you respond, I really want to work here. And then, they have 2 or 3 other people come out and go, do you really want to work here? And you go, I really want to work here.
like verbatim every time.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I said every time. No, that...
Bird's like, I think I hacked the simulation.
That exaggeration comes from my interview process at Chick-fil-A. Best job I've ever had, for real. But I went in, nicest lady ever. She's just like, she asks me like 4 questions, don't even remember what they are. I answer all of them. She says, okay, wait 5 minutes. Someone else is going to come talk to you. So I sit, wait 5 minutes. And I think that is a bit of like, let's see what he does. He's sitting by himself for 5 minutes.
Let's let him sweat a little.
Because at the same time, there were like 6 other people being interviewed at the same place. And they were hopping around doing other things. And I saw all 5 or 6 other people get sent home before the end of the interview process. And it's like, wow, I must be really good at getting jobs or something. And so the next lady comes in, she asks me the exact same 4 questions. And it's like, well, I'm just going to give you the same answers I gave the last person. Because you're asking me the same questions. What are you expecting here? And they're both taking notes. So they're both writing down the same answers to the same questions. It's like, I understand why you have to do this. It just seems a tiny bit redundant. Yeah. By the end of that, it was like, okay, we think we're going to hire you, so let's show you Chick-fil-A. And I was like, what, already? I get to see the kitchen now? Okay. I saw 6 other people go home. I must be cool or something. It's Chick-fil-A.
You should be like, so am I going to get paid from here on, or not?
So actually, the fun part about that is after they showed me around Chick-fil-A, they said, well, this is technically your first day of work, so you get a free meal. So I showed up for an hour at Chick-fil-A, got shown around the store, and got free food. Which, it was nice. It endeared me to Chick-fil-A for sure. There's plenty of other reasons I really like working there, but oh man,
homeless hack. Apply for Chick-fil-A.
For real, they pay real
meal,
well.
Well, I was just gonna get a meal. Go home.
Don't
even actually get a job. Just keep living on the streets. Stay married to them.
Yeah, I mean, I would. If I was homeless, I could see working at Chick-fil-A, like as a serious career. You gotta shave, you gotta shower. You don't even really have to shower. Just gotta not smell, which is a superpower I have for some reason.
Do you think they hire people who don't have an address?
They might. You explain the situation in a sane enough way, I think they would.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, especially like living in a van or something that is technically homeless. So, we find ourselves when we have a van and in a place for 6 months to a year. I'm gonna definitely apply to Chick-fil-A and just go like, hey, we're hanging out here for a while. They're gonna go, where do you live? And I'm gonna go, I don't.
What were the questions they asked, and what were your answers?
Yeah. Oh God. Something. How would your previous employees or coworkers describe you? And I was like, well, very personable, very friendly. I really like to get work done. It happened a lot where I would bother people into doing more work than they wanted to be doing because I wasn't tired of doing so much work. Why do you think you're a good fit for Chick-fil-A? Well, because I'm very personable. I have a very good work ethic. Blah blah blah. When are you available to work? The secret answer to that question, if you want to get hired anywhere, is always. I am always available. I have open availability. And then the fourth one. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? That was the weirdest one I've ever gotten on an interview because it's like, this is a Chick-fil-A. Mm-hmm. And then, as I worked there, I was like, oh, if I continued working here in 5 years, I would be doing my best to operate one. It's an incredible brand. It's an incredible company. When it is run correctly, and I've been to a few that aren't, but like working at mine, which was just the best Chick-fil-A I've ever been to, hand to God, it just made me not want to eat at any other fast food place except for Chick-fil-A, to the point where like I got a free meal every day. So like, my Chick-fil-A craving was not there. But I wouldn't want to cook one night, and she'd go, well, let's go out. We'd go through a bunch of different, we could go sit somewhere and we'd have like a 30-minute conversation about it, and I'd go, no, I want to go to Chick-fil-A. It's like, you really want to go to Chick-fil-A? You were there all day today. It's like, you tried their food? But no, I run correctly. Chick-fil-A is my favorite restaurant on planet Earth. I
feel like we said for
save for In-N-Out, but I only say that because In-N-Out has not expanded that far. If In-N-Out ever gets to the point where they have expanded into the entire United States, I could see myself completely giving up on cooking and eating In-N-Out all the time. Because that they got fucking triple costs $7. That's 3 patties and cheese, and that's all I really needed. When I was working at the gas station, I would get 2 triples, animal style, which or not.
I think you just eat strictly In-N-Out just to flex on that Morgan Spurlock guy.
Oh yeah.
Ain't shit.
Well, but that's
eating fast food for past 3 years.
That's the other point.
You didn't even make it 3 weeks.
That's kind of why In-N-Out hasn't spread that far. It's very similar to Wawa actually. They want to have quality control on their brand, locked down. Chick-fil-A has been able to do that while spreading throughout the country, so I hope to see that for both Wawa and In-N-Out, honestly. Wawa is the best gas station ever, save for Buc-ee's.
What is Wawa?
Wawa? You don't know what Wawa is?
You haven't been up to the Northeast yet, have you?
You gotta take a trip to Pennsylvania. Oh, man. So, Wawa, yeah, you explain it.
Yeah, in Pennsylvania, there's a little town called Wawa, and that's where, they have a bunch of farms that they make, fresh
milk, bacon, eggs. Yeah.
And so
don't sell ground meat.
Wawa's it's a gas station, like a 7-Eleven, have you ever been to a Sheetz?
It's very comparable to
very
Sheetz.
Similar to a Sheetz, where you order on a touch screen. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then they give you food over the counter. What they're best known for is subs. So they have Subway style, competitive pricing to Subway, and similar kind of subs. I would say about the same level of quality too. But they're way better service.
Just better service and a little bit better ingredients. They've got some better sauces, and I just trust the ingredients coming from Wawa more than anything from Subway.
Anywhere they are, they have the most competitive gas price, and just generally it's a pretty good,
a lot of the time
slightly
also,
upscale convenience store. But it also, they will not expand past where their farms can ship to.
Yeah.
So they're only in the Northeast because that's as far as they can go.
They're in Virginia, which is cool, but Pennsylvania, Virginia, not that far.
Basically anywhere in a day drive, I guess. Anywhere, a 12-hour stint.
On competitive gas prices at Wawa, they will have the most competitive gas prices, and then also they will have it so if you pay for your gas in the app, it will be 15 cents cheaper. So you can get already discounted gas at a 15% discount, and it's just, I love Wawa. So every year they have this thing called Hoagie Fest, where all of their sandwiches are $5.
The fact they get away with dropping prices that low, though.
It's because they're making so much money on everything else. They make their own green teas.
Wawa is about there's clearly a type of brand you like, which is the type of brand that is trying to create loyal customers, high quality.
Customer retention is as a kid, like the best job I've ever worked for was Princess Cruises.
Yeah.
Up in Alaska. Like, I worked on landside operations, but they were 110% about like customer retention. But like that came through too, like the way they treated their employees. At least where we were, it was the Mount McKinley Wilderness Princess Lodge, and the general manager up there, his name's Rick. I forget his last name now. The nicest human beings like I've ever met. One of the coolest dudes. I did porter, like luggage handling and shit.
Sure.
I was a lead for half the season, and then I switched over to front desk about halfway through. And in both jobs, there's at least a few occasions where, like, if it was like a really heavy luggage day, there'd be times he would come out, like he would actually help. Like, I was like the general manager be like, "Oh, let me go help the luggage handlers out."
No, and that is why I loved working at Chick-fil-A so much. Is because like a difficult / gross enough problem arises, the owner of the Chick-fil-A, not like the general manager, the guy who runs it and makes millions of dollars every month, would come and go like, "I'm not really trying to make you guys do that. I'll do it." And it was like, whoa,
Yeah, like,
I have so much more respect for fast food owners and, you know, probably just Chick-fil-A owners. But that guy specifically, I'm not gonna say his name yet because I would like to work there again. But incredible man. He's written a couple different books. He achieved my goal of building his own house. That was most of the small talk I had with him. Is he was like, "Yeah, you know, I've got insurance problems, I've got construction problems. I'm just trying to build my own house, and you know, we've bought a different house to stay in while this house is being built." And it's like, Jesus fucking Christ, I want to own a Chick-fil-A. I can't say Jesus fucking Christ if I want to own a Chick-fil-A. Whoops.
Not with that language, young man.
No, but that was the funniest part. Is like everyone fucking swears at Chick-fil-A. Everyone fucking drinks, smokes.
But no, I'm glad that you brought that up though, because it's like, it really does go to show how it's like, because you know I'm very much pro, you know, small business and something like that, but like,
but there are some big businesses, who are run with some sort of integrity. Yes.
Like, granted, I know, like, there are going to be people on the internet who are going to say, it's like, well, none of these businesses get as wealthy without exploiting their workers in some way, and that is fair.
Sure, no, that's fine. But, you know, how are you going to make...
No, I'm just saying, I was getting at, though, it's like, it is cool, though, where it's like, there are some, though, where it's like, these big businesses, like, I hope, I don't know if they'll ever reach out and make any difference in that world, but it does show, it's like, no, like, that inspires, like, not only is that customer loyalty, but like employee loyalty. I mean,
exactly.
You know, and Princess is a massive company, and like, no, I can't say enough great things about them. And like, Chick-fil-A is huge, of course.
Their mission statement is like to glorify God through good customer service and good employee treatment, and it's like, wow, I'm not totally on board with the God thing, but the other two things. Absolutely.
You know, we're here to treat everyone well.
Yeah, no,
and deliver a great product. I can get behind that.
There were coworkers I had.
So we're doing it for God. Cool. Like, great. All the more power.
Yeah. No. So you know, it's Chick-fil-A. Like, it's a lot of teenagers.
Yeah.
Mostly girls. Because that was the weirdest part of working for Chick-fil-A. Mostly girls worked there. And I didn't understand that.
Girls, well, women in general, are willing to take lower pay or more supposedly demeaning jobs if the work environment is better.
And it's a very good work environment. I
mean, this was what Dick Masterson's whole his research into the wage gap was basically like, the reason for it is women are happier with their jobs. Like, they will not suffer a job they would hate.
I saw a light go off.
And like, so like a place like Chick-fil-A that really prizes like how determined you are to make the environment good. You know, like, they only want people there who want it to be a positive place to work.
Yes.
You know, they just won't let you be there if you are not making the environment that way.
Honestly, like, the best jobs I've like also worked for, like, just jobs in general, not necessarily companies, but jobs, it has been like predominantly women on like the workforce. And like, for me, especially being like in like food and beverage industry, like, there is a lot of like females in the workforce,
Who else is going to be in the kitchen? Haha. No.
That's usually where all the dudes are. But
Yeah.
like front of house.
Exactly.
Front of house, I should clarify.
No, exactly. Back of house.
But
That's the joke. Women just stay in the kitchen, but like back of house in any real restaurant is just a bunch of guys swearing at each other and screaming in a good-natured way.
Yeah.
That is very important. It's like fun. The only kitchen job I've ever worked, it was at a taco shop back in California, and it was just, I didn't speak any Spanish. I was working with Mexican guys. They spoke pretty much only Spanish, and what they would do, because I was good at my job, so they would, when we weren't in like a rush or anything, they would just like one guy, his name was Baños, which means bathroom, I learned, would send me to this other guy named David, and he would just tell me something.
named David.
No, exactly,
Smith.
right? So Baños would just be like, he'd tell me something in Spanish to go say to David. And I would go say it to David. And David and the dishwasher guy, who I didn't ever really learn the name of, but everyone there was a great guy. Very fun to work for, or with. I would go say the thing to David, and they would just fucking crack up laughing. And then I would go back to Baños, and I'd be like, what did you just have me say to this fucking guy? And he would tell me, and it was usually like, oh, I love you. Oh, I want to, yeah.
Mi corazón.
A couple times it was like, let's get the fuck out of here. Stuff like that. It was so much fun. That is also one of the only jobs the only job I've ever worked at where everyone there encouraged me to drink on shift. We were not front of house, we had beer. One time it was Baños' birthday. I'm glad he went by fucking Baños, because I know if I was saying his real name, it would be so much harder to tell the story. But anyway, it was Baños' birthday, and David, he had brought in a bottle of Don Julio. Tequila Blanco. Sí, exactly. And we spent the whole night, they had agua fresca, and so we would mix some agua fresca, put some tequila in there, and after going through about half a bottle, we were all equally drunk, and Baños and David were curious what my limits were. And so they were like, finish this bottle. And I was like, I have to drive home. And they're like, finish the bottle. And so
Gringo.
I finished the bottle. And by the time I finished the bottle, I was stumbling. You saw me
He got
come home,
and I was like, you drove home?
30-minute drive.
You work half an hour away. I just spent the rest of the night like staring like at his passed out body like, what have you done? What did they do to you? Why did they do this to you? Why would they let you leave?
No, it was great. It was so much fun. I really loved working there. But fucking, I wouldn't do that again. I was so hungover the next day, and I had to go back into work the next day. And so I went back in, and the next day, both of them were like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "I must have been really drunk if these guys are asking me if I am okay."
They're the ones who did it to you.
How are you even vertical right now?
I'm sure they've done it. That was the thing. They've probably drank half a bottle of tequila before. Why not?
Yeah, they're not good role models.
Baños and David are some of the best role models I have ever had.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah, Trixie,
how dare
don't you say
even
that about
imply.
bathroom?
No, but that's Baños. So he worked at the job I was working at, the taco shop, and then he also worked like an incredibly fancy restaurant that I wanted to take you to, but expensive. And every time, so this is why I fight back against the bad role models thing. Every time I showed up to work, Baños would just kind of start a conversation with me about like, why are you working at a taco shop? You're very smart. Why are you here? Do something else. Go to college. And I was like, no,
Don't know what to do,
Baños,
bathroom.
I'm not trying to go to college. I didn't know his name. I did not know his name was Bathroom until like my last 3 weeks working there. But he would just he'd tell me about his son, who I guess was a similar age to me, and he was like, yeah, he doesn't have as much of work ethic as you, and why aren't you doing something like he is? I was like, fucking, I like this job. Leave me alone.
It's like, first of all, you can fuck right the hell off, bathroom. I'm sorry, Baños, if you ever see this, I don't know you.
No, Baños is great. Baños is one of the best people I've ever
We're
met.
talking shit because right now you're just a concept to me. You're not a person. I probably feel really bad not saying this to your face, bro.
No,
I'd make fun of you for a name, though.
You couldn't.
Bathroom.
If I had known, I would have made a lot more fun to Baños. But that was the environment. That's why I brought it up. Is like back at house was just a bunch of people, like a bunch of boys, making fun of each other all the time. And it was great. I don't even remember why I brought this up, but it was fun.
Y'all planning on streaming more around this time? Need more energy like birds in what I watch.
Oh, fucking, I appreciate that, man. This is most of the time we're most active, so yeah, I can see a lot of streams happening around this time. I mean, we might even do another stream later where I'm playing video games if I can get into an Overwatch 2 lobby, but when I tried to log into that, it had 2,000 people in the queue ahead of me.
I'd rather just play Splatoon.
That too, that's an option. Overwatch 2 is also on the
I
Switch.
gotta go pee.
Okay, I'm not going to be able to hold this frame, so I apologize in advance.
Oh, you got this.
What's the best MRE? If I had
Ooh,
to
Chili
look for
Mac,
one-
Chili Mac.
Chili Mac.
Oh man,
God damn it! I knew you were going to say Chili Mac.
I've seen people like roll for it, like combatives. Like, all right, we're doing jiu-jitsu. Like, we're going for submission for this
I
MRE.
knew you were going to say fucking Chili Mac. Damn
It's
it!
the best.
There's a YouTube channel called Steve1989 MRE Info, and he does like these 40-minute super relaxing videos where he'll get like an old MRE from like 50 to 100 years ago.
I think I've seen this one. I saw
Yeah,
one
he'll
going up
unbox
a
and eat it.
K2 ration from like World War. Yeah, K2.
Yes.
K2. Yeah, or from
Lecrae. Thank
Is
you
it
very much.
really?
It is really Lecrae.
CROIX.
Lecrae.
I always thought it was LaCroix.
Lacroix. I'm pretty sure it's Lecrae. I've heard enough people pronounce it that way that I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
I'm confident in saying it the same way.
I won't drink Lecrae unless I'm on a camping trip, and then it's like, well, I don't really trust the campsite's water more than I trust a Lecrae, so I'm just gonna drink the fucking Lecrae
Okay,
about it.
so, tell me, how do you think this name should be pronounced? Pierre.
Yeah.
Trixie? Pierre.
I think I would assume that was Pierre, having seen
same.
the... Yeah.
No, exact same.
How is it pronounced?
In anywhere but South Dakota, Pierre. In South Dakota, it's Pierre. It's
Pierre.
The state,
Okay.
It's
Okay.
the state capital.
having that Pierre.
Population 10,000, about the same size as Corbin. It is, I think, the smallest state capital in the U.S. Maybe the
That
second.
makes sense.
Yeah.
South Dakota's beautiful,
It's
though.
the only
I've been there.
state capital where
Yes, you have.
the governor does not live in the capital,
That's fucked up.
and I fucking hate it. No offense to
I'm gonna
anyone
go pee.
watching in Pierre,
Trixie, where'd
but that was like the place like I
went
literally
behind
hopped
that
the fucking
dumpster.
freight train to get away from.
Damn.
So like no, like I went up there. It was during the pandemic, like September 2020ish, or no, that's when I left. So it would have been like July, early July, September 2020. I left Mexico. I'd moved down there December 2019 to be like a full-time writer and live with my girlfriend at the time. And then after the pandemic hit, like a bunch of the writing jobs dried up. But I got a job offer from a friend. He was a manager of mine when I worked at the Grand Canyon. Go up there and bartend.
Nice.
I was like, bet. I went up. He like lured me in with all like, anywho, talking about like how much money I was gonna make. Did not make that.
Damn.
So that job just like completely fell through after like 2 or 3 months. But anywho, you land there. It's not pronounced Pierre. It's Pier. There's this nature reserve out on the Missouri River, and if it was pronounced anywhere else, it would be Framboise. They called it Framboise.
Mm.
And I fucking hate
Framboise.
it. I fucking hate it so much.
They said framboise.
Instead of Framboise.
So, okay.
It's Framboise, it's not Framboise. And it just makes me think of the new Rick and Morty, where it's like, actually this is a bit of rush job, so they do say Parmesan weird. How do they Parmesan? Ew, gross. I
spent
hate it.
an amount of my time living in Twin Falls, Idaho. And if you call the capital of Twin Falls, Idaho, Boise,
It's Boise.
it's Boise.
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 I did
Boise,
not
like
know
you
that.
from Joyzy.
Boise.
Weird.
Well, I also didn't know that Nevada was Nevada until I met someone from Nevada.
Oh, Nevada.
Yeah, I always said Nevada.
Nevada.
Yeah.
Nevada.
It's Nevada.
No,
Arkansas.
what the fuck ever.
Arkansas, you mean?
It's not an It's not an English word. It's a Native American word. I'm pretty sure.
Most of our fucking states are, honestly. We killed a lot of them and then named all our shit after their words for some reason.
We're gonna name the fucking ground upon which we bury your corpses.
You know,
in your language.
In memoriam.
In memoriam. JK.
I love and
Fucking
hate
people.
the United States. It's great and terrible at the same time. Just like the UK, actually. We've done a great job at imitating our father country.
I'm
Mother
starting to
country?
be.
No, it's a father country.
I'm
There's a
starting to
thing
be cold and drunk and not wanting to hold this phone anymore. Do
Yeah,
we have
no,
another?
I'm
do we have
about-
another beer to review?
now. No, this is the last one I got.
That's the last.
Oh
Are you
my
sure?
God.
Yeah,
I thought we got 4 beers.
we did. We reviewed all of them.
Oh shit! You're right.
Nick, do you got another one?
No.
No.
This is actually. This
Is
is
it?
my 5th or my 3rd beer. I got one more.
Yeah. Oh, you have another
Oh,
one.
you have another
Okay.
beer. Do
No,
you?
no. Like, what I had the 1, 2 with you. Wait, how many did you have?
We had 4. You had 3, I think. So you should have one more.
Mm-mm.
No, he only bought 3.
Yeah.
Oh, did you drink 3?
He's saying that he had some of the one that you gave him.
Right. Well, yeah, then.
You didn't give me one.
No?
No, we shared one. You had a sip of it. Of that one. You drank some of that one.
Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking of?
No.
Oh,
I'm so.
you didn't originally have 4
You bought
beers.
3, though, right?
Yeah.
Have you drank 3?
No. I have the 3rd open right now.
Okay. Me too.
Yeah, I have no idea where that confusion came in. It's like, oh no, at some point.
No. We got
I was
the
trying to
same-
figure out, it's like, where do we cross paths? It's too late.
All right. I think.
Yeah.
Is that you trying to say you'd like to end the stream?
Yeah,
Sweet, 'cause I have
I'm
to
gonna.
go actually create my own stream. Hey, people.
Alright, everybody.
Alright, yeah.
Thanks for watching. Later.